I got a message yesterday from a client telling me that he just got the offer for the job that he wanted, and I want to tell his story because it's a really special one. I've had about, I don't know, 8 people land offers for their dream jobs in the past month or two, and they've all been meaningful. His is, I would say, especially meaningful because for 10 years he'd been feeling trapped. For a decade, he'd been feeling stuck in a job and a role in a career path for him that was suffocating, that was draining, that was not what he wanted for himself. But there he was, having gone to law school, worked his butt off, finishing the top of his class, doing all the right things, all the things that you're supposed to do, getting a good job after law school, and then building his career on that path, except that they don't really tell you in law school what it really means to be a lawyer. You don't find that out until you actually start to practice. And the thing is, some people it's meant for them, and other people it's not. And unfortunately for him, this was not meant for him. And he knew this early on. But he didn't know what else to do. He was so heavily invested. Plus, when you're so specialized in a track like that, people don't take you seriously. I was there when I was working in the biotech industry. I had a very specific skill set for clinical trial operations. Nobody would give me the time of day. So I found it really meaningful to work with him, to help him bust out of that prison of working as a litigation attorney, because man, it's just like your life is just passing you by, and that really sucks. It's a shitty feeling. And so fortunately, we had a chance to start working together, and I took him through my whole process, and it was really amazing getting to work with him, because as it happens with the people that I work with, two things happen. One is that they start to get traction where traction didn't exist before, leveraging the innovative strategies and tools and methods that I've developed and that I share and champion. But to me, that's not the most important part. That's just the mechanics of the career change and the job search. What makes it all possible is what fuels it, right? And that's the person's innate desire and motivation and enthusiasm that makes itself known once they've found hope, once they've seen that it's possible, and they've done some work to get encouraged that they're on the right path, right? That's exactly what happened for this guy. I shared with him my whole networking strategy, and he was just off to the races, because after designing his blueprint for his ideal job, and we figured out what those different job types were, he realized, okay, it does exist. I can transfer my skills and experience into a job that will suit me better. So long story short, the guy got after it. Like all of my clients, he networked up a storm. He learned how to do it in a specific way that allowed regular progress, like 5 informational interviews per week, and then that resulted in a number of interviews and some branding exercises, interview prep, etc., etc. And then it popped. And then that dream was realized. That freedom was realized. Now he gets to look forward to a life with balance, work-life balance. No more litigation that was draining the life out of him. right? More time to spend with his family. And an opportunity to continue the growth and development that we started together during our engagement. Because this guy made a lot of changes. Better eating habits, more exercise, mindfulness meditation, reading books on personal development, like entire attitude shifts that enabled him to find this peace and contentment that didn't exist before. And so this new version of himself was the one who was going into this process, going into these interviews, having these conversations. And that's what I believe really enabled him to make this happen. The strategies are great, but that mindset is everything. And that's my passion, right? Is cultivating a mindset of success, of thriving, of contentment, of surrendering to life's difficulties so they don't become major roadblocks to your success and happiness. So that's it. This was a meaningful win for both of us because, man, it was not easy, right? His was about as challenging as they come. To break out of that mold, it's not easy, but it is possible, right? And if it's possible, hey, I'm game. I'm all about possible. Because any problem can be solved with enough persistence, creativity, and determination. So I'm going to leave it at that, guys. Do not for a second think that your situation is hopeless because it feels impossible. I want you to stop with that thought right now, right? Anything is possible. I mean, I've got billions of stories that I can share with you on this. So I'm going to leave it at that. If you're feeling hopeless, if you think, no, Adam, you don't get it. My situation is different. It's impossible. I'm stuck. I'm screwed. I don't want to hear it. Because I don't believe that. Right? That's my rule. That's what I do. That's why people hire me. Because we're all about doing the impossible and then celebrating like there's no tomorrow because, man, does it feel good when that happens. Okay? So, have hope. And if you need a path, if you need some tools, if you need some guidance and some encouragement, well, you know what to do. So, hope you guys are having a great Friday and talk to you guys again soon.